Good morning! In today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about pregnancy sickness and just how tough it is being pregnant, sick, and raising a toddler. And I say toddlers, not that any other children are easier or less than, but toddlers, they're just a different type of child in this season. They're so high energy, they're so curious and wanting to explore everything. And you just need another level of energy when it comes to toddlers, I think. I was just talking to a midwife today, and she was just saying it's just not an easy thing to be pregnant and raising toddlers and being sick at the same time. It's a really, really tough season of life. And I really was like, thank you, because it was so validating that somebody understood where I was at and how I was feeling. And it's not because our toddlers are the problem or they're the difficult ones. It's just because it's so hard to find the energy sometimes to do all the things you need to do that in general you would normally stay on top of. So yeah, my heart just goes out to you if this is the season you're in. I'm currently 25 weeks pregnant, and I thought in today's video it might be nice for me to do a review of some of the current pregnancy symptoms that I'm experiencing, the not so great ones anyway. So pregnancy sickness, vomiting, and I'm talking about all day nausea. I've had the vomiting probably from week 6 to week 20 or 19. I had the vomiting and it was so tough. It's really hard to be that sick and sometimes that sick in front of your child. And that was something that I found really difficult in this pregnancy, because in my first pregnancy, I didn't have children. Obviously, I didn't have anyone watching me who's very young being sick. So trying to go away from my child to be sick or to be sick in this, an alternative bathroom so that he doesn't hair and things like that. It's so hard when you are at home with a toddler and you are this sick. Yeah, it's just tough. And sometimes even just being a mum, we don't always recognize just how tough this season is. And if you are going through that right now, even if it's your first time as a first time mum or you've been doing this several times, my heart goes out to you basically, because you're not alone, and just give yourself the grace you need to just get what you can done, as opposed to trying to stay on top of everything you usually would, because the truth is that you're just not always feeling well and it's a bit of a crappy season really. So another symptom I've had is all day nausea. The nausea just really has not left me. I have an icky, pukey tummy. I don't know how else to describe it, but that is my tummy at the minute. It is just so sensitive and icky and pukey, and it's almost like motion sickness all day long. Motion sickness that just never leaves. And maybe you can relate, but that has been one of the symptoms that even into my second trimester is still here. I haven't gone on anti-sickness meds this pregnancy because I did them in my last pregnancy and they did not help. So this pregnancy, I decided to go a more natural path. And I'll do a video actually next talking about some of the things that have really helped me keep my sickness manageable. I don't think I can say at bay where it went away, but manageable, where I could kind of carry on my day-to-day life to some extent. So I'll probably do a video linking some of the natural things and approaches that I've taken. I have definitely in this trimester had heartburn. Heartburn has found me most nights after eating. Rene tablets, oh my God, they don't leave my side. I definitely use Rene tablets for my heartburn. I definitely have had sleep insomnia. Oh my gosh. I might go to sleep, I'm really tired, and I'll go to sleep maybe from 10 till 1, and then from 1 till 4 or 5 in the morning, I just cannot sleep. And I find myself having to try and get up, eat something, or on my phone to try and let myself go off to sleep or watch something. But it's really been consistent for a number of months. And I know that with a new baby coming along, I'm just maybe this is God's way of preparing me for those nighttime feeds every few hours. But my gosh, I really could do some sleep. So yeah, that has been one of the symptoms that hasn't been so great, especially with a toddler, because they get up sometimes so early. And my little boy definitely loves an early morning food feast. So normally when I'm like just getting back into that good sleep around 6 a.m. or so, sometimes he wakes asking for like, Mama, can I have cheese? And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Or he wants Weetabix or porridge or something. But anyway, it is what it is, isn't it? And one other thing that I actually wanted to mention was even harder when your toddler is trying to drop his afternoon naps. And I don't know if your little boy or girl or your children are in the same stage as mine, but my little boy is really trying to drop the afternoon nap. And I'm quickly filming this video whilst he's napping actually right now. But that is just so difficult because I am so tired by the afternoon, once I've been up with him for hours and hours since the morning, that I really need him to go down for that nap so I can take a nap now. And I never used to be like that. When I was not pregnant, I kind of just used the 2 hours or 3 hours to kind of get what I want done. And but now I'm like, no, my eyelids are closing. I need the nap. So today he's actually napping, but throughout the week, I've noticed he's really been trying to push through the day without a nap, which I'm just like, no, no, no. We need you to nap. Mummy needs you to nap. So yeah, let me know if your toddler is also trying to drop a nap when you really need him or her to go nap. Oh my gosh, as you can probably tell, I've had breathlessness. I am often out of breath now. From probably week 20 or 21, I have really seen it surge where I'm talking with someone or myself or doing a video like this, and I am out of breath. I'm walking up the stairs, I'm just doing everyday tasks, and I feel the difference with the breathlessness. Smell sensitivity, it hasn't gone for me. So from my first trimester until now, I still cannot tolerate like any perfumes or certain chemical smells. My husband's aftershaves, like those are a big no-no. I have literally told him, like, please do not spray anything on yourself. Just use roll on and be done. And he's like, what? But it's just so, it just makes my nausea surge. And maybe you can relate. I just can't tolerate it. So sometimes I know my husband forgets and he like does a quick spray and then I'm like, have you sprayed something? And he's like, oh yeah, sorry. And it's just a tough moment. Yeah, that's a moment where I'm like, oh, very irritated. I can't even wear perfume myself because it just doesn't work with my nose. It really makes me feel sick. Something that has actually been different in this pregnancy is I have had to change out my cleaning products. And even white vinegar, I cannot take the smell, but I do love the smell of the old school Dettol, the brown Dettol antiseptic cleaning product. That is what I clean my house with, and I swear by it. It just leaves my house with such a nice, neutral, clean smell that my nose can really tolerate. So that has been a godsend. Another symptom I've found is just exhaustion. Obviously, not sleeping as much is affecting it, but when you have a toddler or other children or lots of responsibilities or just the responsibilities of yourself or your elderly parents or whatever you have, and you're pregnant and feeling sick, you're just more exhausted than usual. And exhaustion has definitely been a part of this pregnancy. The tiredness, I feel like I have like a window of a few hours in the morning to get what I really need done, like priorities or getting my little boy out and doing something that I know like this is a key priority. And then after that, I am like a snail. I'm just like, plodding along till the end of the day. So yeah, definitely felt more exhaustion. Another symptom I've also had is really like tender breasts and nipples. I did not have this in my first pregnancy. My breasts have certainly grown a lot more than my first pregnancy, but they are super sensitive and super tender. I I just don't know how they are just on another level of tenderness and they feel so sore. It's almost like I feel like with this pregnancy, I'm going back through puberty. It's crazy because my skin has had breakouts. I've had like it just feels like puberty. Like My breasts have got all back into that tender stage. And I know that comes with pregnancy, but I did not have it at this level in my first pregnancy. And then I ended up like getting spots much more on my face and just having breakouts. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? But either way, that has been one of the things I have definitely noticed in this season. So I'll probably do a video showing you some of the skincare products and just like routines I've done to try and like keep those spots at bay. And yeah, that might help you if you are going through a spotty season. Like myself during this pregnancy, I went through like a season of being very dry. So my skin was extremely dry, extremely patchy. And then I've gone through a season of like spots and oilier skin. It's just my body is going through so many fluctuations, but we're nearly there now. So yeah, not long to go. Recently I've been feeling a lot of pressure down below, and if you've had a baby already, you will know that feeling when the baby's head moves down and starts to kind of engage as if it's ready to kind of start moving down for labor. Now, that is the kind of feeling I started feeling about 3 weeks ago. And I was like, I don't know why I'm getting that sort of heavy pressure down below, but I definitely know I was feeling it. So I finally went to the hospital today, and they basically were like, actually, you've got pelvic girdle pain. And it's basically where my ligaments around my pelvis have just sort of softened and weakened a bit. And there's a lot more pressure now being put on my pelvis, which is causing me to have a lot of pain when I walk, when I climb the stairs, when I try to turn over in bed. It's just really painful. And I didn't know what it was, but obviously I didn't want it to be like any signs of early labor. So just to be on the safe side, I wanted to make sure they did a vaginal exam and just made sure like my cervix is still closed, everything's, nothing's actually happening that shouldn't be happening at this stage anyway. And thankfully, everything is where it needs to be. But this pelvis pain is the pelvic girdle pain is real. And I never had that in my first pregnancy. So if you are someone who's going through that or having a lot of that pain, like, and you have any recommendations, please use the comments below and tell me what you recommend, because I really could do with any advice. They recommended I actually do some physio. So I'm going to refer myself to physio and look online for some exercises that might help. Oh, and also they recommend me to wear my belly band to lift my belly again, which I used to wear in my first pregnancy a lot more religiously. So I will dig that out, and I will put a link to a really good one that I've got that I recommend if you also would like to wear a belly band and take some of the pressure off your pelvis. This band, I swear by, it's so good. Anyway, this is just a brief summary of my second trimester. I think what I'll do is I'll do a pregnancy update in the next few weeks when I hit week 28 and move into my third trimester. And I might go on anti-sickness medication. Although it didn't work in my first pregnancy, I might give it a try in this pregnancy and just see if it eases or any of the nausea that I'm currently experiencing, because it's so hard to feel this sick for this long. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and please subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.